So what's your name?
Christine Sawicki.
Christine Sawicki. And what do you do here at Youngstown City Schools?
I'm the Chief Academic Officer.
What does that mean?
Well, the Chief Academic Officer, I'm currently working with all of the buildings, all of the principals, all of our other chiefs and departments to hopefully align the academic pieces for our students. I mean, we want to educate the whole child, and we have many services and supports in place for the whole child, but I primarily focus on the academic end.
Okay.
So we've been really working with the academic team and, again, all of our principals and assistants to identify the gaps that we currently have in our instruction, curriculum, with our teaching practices. And once we identify those gaps, we try to find evidence-based practices that have been researched, proven to work, and then put those into place, provide training and support for the principals to be able to provide support to their teachers, monitor that those new practices are actually being put into place, and if they're not, providing feedback to them, because the ultimate goal is we want to see a positive impact for student achievement and growth.
Right. So it's I'm glad to hear that your role exists because pardon me, I'll edit that out. I'm glad to hear that your role exists because that means that the education of the school district it is responsive and can change and modify itself to fit the needs of actual real world experience, but also a variety of other factors. Is it hard to implement some of those changes, or?
It definitely takes time.
Yeah.
Anything that you do, if it's research based, you usually see a dip within the first year or so. But in order to measure the true gains, you really need 3 to 5 years.
Right.
And with those 3 to 5 years, you have to make sure that there's 100% fidelity to the implementation. You need to provide the training. All of these things have to work hand in hand. Everybody needs to be doing it to be able to actually evaluate if, in fact, the new practices, procedures, resources are having a true impact for the students. We do take time every 2 weeks, every month, depending on what it is we're evaluating, every year, to see if, in fact, what we have tried to put into place is having a positive impact for the students. Because if it's not, we don't want to waste our resources, time, and energy doing something that's not working.
Right. And how long have you been doing this?
I just finished my second year in the district.
Okay, so you're relatively new to the district, but are you new to Youngstown?
I am new to Youngstown as well. Prior to coming to Youngstown, I was a K-12 principal in Lowville.
Okay, so you're from the area.
Born and raised in the area.
Okay. So do you feel like the parents and the students of the district understand what you do?
I would say that some may a tiny bit because I have met with them, but to a large degree, no.
It feels like it's kind of an obscure position.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and that's something we're trying to work on to get more parent involvement, to get the students to actually see and be a part of their learning, to hear from them. We've done a lot of parent surveys the last 2 years, student surveys, teacher surveys, to see exactly what it is they want, what it is they need, and how can we improve.
Yeah.
The one thing we do want, because we have a lot of transition across the district with our students moving, so they might be in one building at the beginning of the year, but move within the district and end up in another one. So our key has been we really need to have consistency across the district, and we need to make sure that everybody is calibrated so that we don't have these gaps. We already have gaps. We know that based on the data, but we want to shrink those gaps. But if we are not calibrated and have consistency with our programs, with our practices, our gaps are just going to get larger. So we've really been working on calibrating all employees, no matter what it is, so that we can shrink all the gaps.
So the school district, by virtue of the surveys, you're listening and you're acting on what you're listening to.
Right.
What are some of the things that the surveys have yielded?
We definitely have more participation from our families, from our students. We are listening to the students. For example, we just changed our school day from extended day in the high school, not getting out till 4:30. We've gone back to what most people would say a regular schedule, 2:30, because they want to get jobs after school, and getting out at 4:30 was preventing them from getting jobs. They want courses that are relevant to them. They want to be able to not only go to college, but walk away and maybe have an apprenticeship, a job. As you know, the trades are growing, and we need students for all positions. So we really have a lot of unique offerings here for our students.
Yeah, that came up in conversation the other day regarding the trades, and how Youngstown and the Mahoning Valley really are well poised to take advantage of all of those opportunities, because it seems like there's just always jobs available in the trades. So it's good that the district is able to react accordingly to that need. So when we're talking about the School of You, what do you think what does that mean to you? What is this idea of the School of You?
My hope is that, I'm born and raised in Youngstown. I love being from Youngstown. These are my roots, but I really hope, and I love the district. I chose to come here. I choose to stay here, and I have a passion for all of the students, all of the families, all of the schools. This is my heart. I pour in all my energy, and I just want everybody to do that. I want to bring back that sense that everybody is proud to be here. They can walk away with their head held high and say, I am a student, I am a parent, I am a teacher, I am a staff member, whatever it is, from Youngstown, from Taft, from McGuffey, from Harding, from whichever school it might be. So really that sense of ownership, pride, and support, because they're all part of the team. Yeah,
and I think that was so wonderfully said, especially since one of the things that is going to create that impact, not only the impact that you see in the schools, but the impact that you feel, not just you, but also the students. This is a community of people engaged in learning, and it's a beautiful concept to me that a student can be influenced positively, not just by their peer students, but by their teachers, by other stakeholders, their parents, and their friends' parents, and whomever. And when all of that comes to the circle, you have a fully formed kind of person that gets it. It's like it just snaps into place. So hopefully, through the work that you do and the other stakeholders and employees of the district, we reinforce that idea and put it into action in the schools. So.
Yeah, I personally believe in every student. I believe, and I have high expectations for them, because you set high expectations and they're going to rise to those expectations.
Yes.
And I've just seen graduates from East High, from Cheney, who now have their doctorate, and they've come back and they've talked to our students. It's just so exciting, to see that, and they come back and they give back. And I believe in every single child. And I used to always tell my students when I was a principal, I only have one daughter, biological daughter, but I have 601 children because I have 600 students in the school. So I feel the same way here.
Right.
Even though I don't have that one-on-one connection with them day to day, like a building principal, I still, these are my babies, no matter if they're, 3 years old in the preschool or 18 in the high school.
Well, you're carrying the stress well. And, well, thank you for your time, and certainly thank you for your service and, making these students the best they can be.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, everyone. This is RJ Thompson. Thank you for tuning in to the School of You podcast, presented to you by Turning Technologies, YSU OEA, and Youngstown City School District. To learn more about the School of You, go to ycsd.org. That's Youngstown City School District website, ycsd.org. Thanks for tuning in.